Swirling drama at the Nebraska Liquor Control Commission. Last week's indictment, and today, 2 of 3 members resigned effective immediately, leaving the commission unable to conduct business.
First Alert 6's Brenna Kiefner has been tracking this story all day for us. She joins us live in the newsroom with the latest. Brenna?
Yeah, Brian and Aaron, at the request of Governor Jim Pillen, 2 commissioners on the Nebraska Liquor Commission stepped down today. The announcement follows the federal indictment of the commission's former executive director last week, which left some questions about oversight, accountability, and the future of Nebraska businesses.
Very shocking news, but unfortunately not surprising.
Commissioners Bruce Bailey and Kim Lowe resigned on Monday. The shakeup comes months after both members voted to suspend former executive director Hobart Roop, who now faces federal charges for allegedly accepting bribes and favors in exchange for preferential treatment at 2 Lincoln strip clubs. Neither Bailey nor Lowe are implicated in that indictment, and Bailey says this wasn't exactly his choice.
I'm a little bit hurt because obviously we think we did an awful lot of good things. But the other side of the coin, it may have been my time to go on. So,
without Bailey and Lowe, the 3-member commission no longer has a quorum, meaning no licensing, no enforcement, and no ability to conduct business. And the ripple effects go beyond alcohol. Bailey and Lowe also sat on Nebraska's Medical Cannabis Commission, which oversees the state's new marijuana program. Their departure leaves that board with the bare minimum to meet, fueling concerns about stability as licensing begins this week.
And so I think it's really important that we hold the commission accountable and we do our best to ensure that the will of the voters is upheld and that patients have access to the medical cannabis that they voted for.
Advocates say the resignations highlight the need for reform and say how Governor Pillen fills these seats could reshape Nebraska's regulatory landscape for years to come.
And so we feel like this is a perfect opportunity for the governor not only to really seriously consider public health and safety, but also to expand the commission so that we can have a better functioning independent agency looking out for all Nebraskans.
Now, applications for the 2 vacancies are being accepted through 5 p.m. on October 17th. We have those details with this story on our website. In the newsroom, Brenna Kiefner, First Alert 6.
Brenna, thank you. Let's return.